Okay guys, welcome to a new episode of Resolute Fitness, and it is spring, a couple of days into spring. Okay, let me explain why I'm having a look at this book. And get out of here so I don't have to whisper. So today we're going to be talking about Tony Robbins' podcast with Daniel Pink and something called a Napa Chino. Daniel Pink's podcast with Tony Robbins on the 19th of February. You can get it at iTunes store. Interesting podcast talking about something called a Napa Chino. Basically they talk through how there's kind of three states in the day. So you have the morning, which is your peak state, where you should be doing your analytical work. You have your afternoon, which is the trough, which you should be doing sort of admin work, something that doesn't require a lot of brain work. And then in the evening is when it should be a little bit more self-reflection and creative stuff.
Strong, just talking about people and a single day, right? So there's patterns throughout the day. Can you explain a little bit about peak, trough, and recovery?
Absolutely. So here's what we know from the science. We tend to move through the day in three stages: a peak, as you say, a trough, and a recovery. Most people, about 80% of us, move through the day in that order: peak early in the day, trough in the early to mid-afternoon, and then the recovery late afternoon and early evening. Now, about 20% of us, people who are night owls, we can talk more about that later.
Now, what's quite interesting is the afternoon for me. So if you're like me and you're following a few people, successful people, and trying to emulate that as much as possible, you'll start to realise, certainly in the fitness industry, that a lot of these people get up early, and that's a common trend. Now the problem is, if you're getting up at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning each day, then the afternoon can be an issue, because you have this trough. And now there's scientific research to prove that the afternoon isn't the most productive time of the day. So if you're fortunate enough and you can get a spare 30 minutes or an hour to go and lie down, the idea is to have a nap.
There's a heck of a lot of research on naps. Some very interesting research on naps. Some of it is with, say, pilots or people in the military or people or first responders or people in these incredibly demanding jobs. But for civilians like us, there's also a line of research. And what the research shows is that naps are pretty good for us. Naps are for the hockey fans in the audience, naps are, I like to call them, Zambonis for our brain, right? So during the day, we get all of these nicks and scuffs on our mental ice. A nap can come along and smooth it. But many people, including you and me, have been doing it wrong.
Now, I know a lot of you, I was skeptical at first. One of the issues that I had when I have like a nap in the afternoon or later on is it normally wipes you out then for the rest of the day. And then you only start to wake up sort of 10, 11 o'clock in the evening. Now, the reason for that is you have this kind of sleep inertia. And this sleep inertia comes basically after 20 minutes of having a nap. So if you have between 10 and 20, which is optimal, you don't get the sleep inertia and you don't get that horrible groggy feeling.
And so you have this sleep inertia. It's like a deficit. So you have to crawl out of that deficit in order to get the benefits of it. So a nap between 10 and 20 minutes is really ideal. There is a enormous amount of research showing that a 10 to 20 minute nap is very effective. It is more effective than being sleepy, trying to power through, spacing out.
One thing Daniel Pink talks about in his new book, Daniel Pink's new book, When? The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing. Napa Chino is a nuclear option, which basically you have a nap for 10 to 20 minutes. So the way he does it is he sets his alarm for 25 minutes, makes himself a coffee, puts a couple of ice cubes in just so he can drink it quickly, and the idea is that you go to sleep. By the time the caffeine takes effect, which is normally 20 minutes, you've just woke up from your nap, so you get the boost of a nap plus the caffeine boost.
And you mentioned in the book too something called the Napa Chino, right, where you use coffee in order to make sure that you don't sleep longer. What is that?
This is the nuclear option. This is the so basically what you do is literally, like, I did one of these this afternoon. I don't do it every afternoon, but this afternoon I actually did this. So here's what I did. I made a cup of coffee, and I then plunked some ice cubes in it because I wasn't trying to enjoy the coffee. I was just guzzled a cup of coffee. Then I set my phone alarm for 25 minutes. I put on my noise-canceling headphones, and then I actually lie down on the couch. And so I can usually now fall asleep in probably 7 or 8 minutes. Today, I think I probably fell asleep in like 6 minutes. I was pretty tired. So okay, let's say today I fell asleep in 6 minutes. All right. So I fall asleep in 6 minutes. I actually have, as I said, my noise-canceling headphones on, and then my alarm goes off in 25 minutes. So if I fell asleep in 6 minutes, I slept 25. That gives me a 19-minute nap. Okay, so that's good. So I'm pushing up against the maximum, but I'm within that range. But here's the thing. It takes about 25 minutes for caffeine to get into our bloodstream. So at the moment that I'm waking up, I get hit with that extra boost of caffeine, which actually aids in the alertness. And so this is indeed the scientifically ideal nap.
So yeah, a Napa Chino, Daniel Pink, it's in Daniel Pink's book. I'll put a little link below, a little Amazon link. So you're quite welcome to click on that, have a look. And also the podcast, I'll put a link. It's on the Tony Robbins podcast, his interview with Daniel Pink. So yeah, anyway, this nice little life hack. Thank you for watching, guys. Another episode of Resolute Fitness. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. Also leave a comment if you can, that'd be much appreciated. As always, thanks for the support. Bye bye.